when it comes to sea days on board a cruise ship, there is absolutely loads of things to do. Now, some of these actually might really surprise you. There are things that really make each ship quite individual and quite different, and of course very, very exciting. So this week on Planet Cruise Weekly, we're looking at all of the exciting activities you can do on board a cruise ship. So this is going to be Keith and Dan's 4 favourite cruise ships for sea day activities. And before we go any further, we know some of you are going to disagree with our list. We know that there are loads of fantastic things to do on board on loads of different ships. So if you do disagree or you agree, get in touch in the comments below and let us know. Because to be honest, it's taken us hours to whittle them down, arguing all the time to get to our final 4. So no doubt, I'm sure you will have your own opinion on it. Now, we recently made a really great episode on our 5 favourite cruise lines for entertainment, which you can see here. Just simply click the link. And therefore, in this episode, we won't be talking about the show side of things, you know, the evening shows, the musicals and the guest acts and all that. But if you are interested in that, then click the link above that we've got there. Now, some of the ships we're talking about are huge. There are hundreds of ships, different ships on the Planet Cruise website, which you can check out. But again, we're only focusing on 4 today. And before we start this episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with all our content and hit the bell next to it. It's very, very simple. Ding, dong, done.
Now, the first ship we're going to talk about is one of my favourite ships, and as we speak is based out of Southampton in the summer season, this year, next year, the year after, and that's Independence of the Seas. She's got some fabulous things. I've been on her twice now.
The first thing we wanted to pick up on this is the Skypad, which is one of the new activities that's recently been put in to Independence of the Seas. It's basically a giant orange ball right at the top of the ship. You get onto the trampoline. There are 4 in total in the space, and you're strapped in this kind of bungee style harness, which gives you a kind of effortless bounce. It's really, really good fun. Then the instructor runs you through all the options. There are 3 VR experiences to choose from. There's a Candy Crush style game, there's a pop video, and a battle with aliens walking on the moon, which I think is Dan's particular favourite. Now, each round lasts around 2.5 minutes, and it's really like being in a video game as you bounce and you move through this virtual world, which is populated with dancers and singers and music blaring in your headsets.
Now, another great activity on board is the escape room, and it's an adventure game in which participants are locked in a room, and these escape the room games are starting to become really popular at the moment. And this is where you have to solve a series of puzzles to escape the room. In this particular version, a huge telescope dominates the centre of the room with bookshelves, a periodic table of elements, recessed areas and ornate wooden boxes dotted about. Now, the space follows a traditional sort of puzzle-based escape room concept in which groups of 6 unlock a series of cryptic clues, solve puzzles and work out lock combinations within an hour to try and find the brilliant professor who created this room. Now, it sounds simple, but it really isn't. You really have to get your detective skills out. You're almost becoming like Sherlock Holmes. Fortunately, if your group gets stuck in on one puzzle for too long, an official escape guide is on hand to nudge you in the right direction. Unlike the other activities I've mentioned here, this does come at a surcharge.
Now, the flow ride is basically a wave machine, and you surf on it, and it's included in your cruise fare. Obviously, it's really fun. There are height restrictions. You have to be at least 132 centimeters tall to use the bodyboard, and 147 centimeters tall if you want to use the flow board. But they'll go through that, with you when you are there. As a little tip, try to get on the flow rider on embarkation day, as the queues will be a lot shorter.
Yeah.
Or of course, if it's raining, then they will be a lot shorter as well.
Now, another signature for the Royal Caribbean brand is the rock climbing wall. This is another first for the brand, as it was the first rock climbing wall at sea. Now, it's 30 feet high, and it offers different tracks up, so there's all different levels of experience you can go on there and enjoy it. Now, again, it's dependent on the weather and wetness, but what I would say is if you get a chance, give it a go. It's great fun.
I mean, they give you the proper shoes to put on.
Yeah.
You get the harness. It's really, really safe, and you just get to climb up. The views are great. Yeah. It is actually a lot harder than it looks, even on the easiest level.
Yeah.
But you do get different coloured kind of grips to kind of hold on to. Now, the other great thing that Independence of the Seas has on board is an ice skating rink. And actually, this is really rare. There aren't really any other companies that do ice rinks. And this ice rink is incredible because part of the package means you get ice shows, as well as the chance for you and your family to skate during the day. You can hire skates on board for free, or you can bring your own on the ship. And regardless of how good you are, the thing is that it is mandatory to wear helmets, so it's really, really safe. You have to wear long pants or trousers, as we say in the UK, depending on which side of the pond you're from. And literally, you can be sunbathing 1 minute outside on deck in the Caribbean sun, and then be ice skating the next minute.
There's so much to do on this ship. This ship holds up to 4,370 guests, and unfortunately, because of this, we can't tell you everything that you can do in this short episode. But we've given you a taster, I hope. Now, for example, we didn't give you any information on the water park on board, and that is huge and very fun. We've made an episode which will give you more information on here, and that's from when Glenn went on there with his family.
And he had a great time, as you'll see, so click the link. So next up we're going to talk about the MSC Seaside. Fantastic ship, full of European charm, one of the newest in MSC's fleet. Some of the great things you can do on board include the Forest Aqua Venture and Adventure Park with its multi-storey aqua park. So MSC Seaside offers one of the largest and most interactive water attractions at sea. 4 different water slides, including 2 high-speed racing slides with clear loops extending over the side of the ship, which I believe our Dan here has quite a lot of experience about, and also slide boarding technology combined with an interactive game, lights, music, and a 367-foot water slide. Plus, she's got an aqua play area for tots and an adventure trail, which takes you basically all the way through the aqua park. Pretty impressive.
Now, at the time of filming, the MSC Seaside has the longest zip line at sea. Royal Caribbean's Oasis class ships were the first to bring ziplining to the high seas at 82 feet long. Seaside's zipline experience includes 2 runs. This is 5 times as long as Royal Caribbean ziplines. Each one on Seaside takes passengers for a 394 feet ride.
And that's quite some ride. Now, another great aspect of Sea Days with MSC Cruises and on board the Seaside is their partnership with one of the biggest toy companies in the entire world, Lego and Chico. Children aged 3 to 11 can play with an endless amount of Lego toys each day on their cruise in the mini and junior clubs. And then once a cruise, MSC Cruises hosts a Lego experience on board where families compete in Lego-based challenges. Great fun.
MSC Seaside basically is intended to put you nearer to the sea. The idea of this ship is to have a view of the ocean wherever you go on the ship. One of the things on Seaside is a glass walkway. It's a lot like the flooring at the top of the Spinnaker Tower in Portsmouth, but it rotates around the ship.
And the views are better.
And, well, I don't know. I love Portsmouth. I love the Spinnaker Tower. Don't say that about my poor tower. Now, the glass skywalk on Seaside allows you to look down and see nothing but ocean.
Again, we can't talk about everything on board the ship, but there is loads of great things to do, including the Formula 1 simulator, 4D cinema, and even some 10-pin bowling. We have made a previous episode, though, all about this ship. So if you'd like to find out more, all you need to do is click that link and watch.
Now, we couldn't not talk about this cruise line. It's Carnival, one of the biggest out there, and particularly the Carnival Vista.
Now, if you're a big fan of sport, you like to keep fit and active when you are on board, then there's a great upper deck sports complex area called the Sports Square. You can pretty much do anything you like there, taking your friends at mini golf or maybe basketball. There's also football or soccer, depending on which side of the pond you come from. Volleyball as well, which I love to see a little bit of. Plus there's pool, there's table football and ping pong, otherwise known as table tennis. There's so much to do, and then of course on the fitness side you've got stationary bikes, you've got elliptical machines, which are those things there where you kind of do like that, the kind of ski machines, and then you get weightlifting equipment and also punching bags. So basically, you'd like to be active, you'd like to burn all those extra calories you'll get from eating so much on board, this is the place to go. Keeping things up in the clouds, we're going to also talk about the Sky Course ropes course, which is set up above the sports square on an outer deck at the top of each ship. Now this course makes a circle with 2 tracks, one easy and one hard. The ropes course is set up as a series of challenging traverses which are around platforms in between, so you can rest and wait for the other person you're with. So you can basically finish each section together. There's also a swinging bridge, a narrow balance beam, or a rope net to climb across. It's really, really, really good fun. Not great if you don't like heights though. Plus, you must at least be 48 inches tall to go on the Sky Course, and everyone wears a harness and a safety rope. However, just because your child is tall enough to participate doesn't mean it will be easy for them. One important tip is to make sure you wear trainers and not sandals or flip-flops or flats, because they won't give you enough support, plus they're liable to fall off, which could mean that you get a very angry passenger below, not being quite happy about you sharing your feet with them.
Now, one of the other fantastic things about the Carnival Vista cruise ship is the IMAX Theatre. Now, an IMAX cinema is the ultimate in cinema experience. There's first-run Hollywood blockbusters, recent hit films, IMAX documentaries, all in a format that makes sort of normal theatres pale into comparison. And the very first IMAX Theatre at sea, well, it's nowhere else but on the Carnival Vista. If you've ever been to see one on land, you know why we're raving about it here on Planet Cruise Weekly.
Now, I battled hard with Dan and with the producers here at Planet Cruise Weekly to make sure we had this one in, because my girls absolutely love this.
Yeah.
BuildABear. Now, if you don't have kids, you may not be aware of it, but if you've got kids or grandkids, then you know this is a massive phenomenon all across Europe and beyond. And Carnival Vista actually has a BuildABear on board. When kids visit the BuildABear workshop at sea, they use their own hands and big creativity to bring a new stuffed friend into life. Now they can customise their furry friend from head to toe by choosing the bear, the clothing, the accessories, and then the cuddly bears are just the beginning, because they then come in all shapes and sizes. Like there's a dog, there's a bunny, there's a shark, you can even do cat in the hat. There is obviously a small surcharge, but it's a great thing to do for a few hours. And our final of the 4 brilliant cruise ships for daytime activities at sea is the Norwegian Breakaway, which was one of the Breakaway class. Loads of great things to do on board these ships. Of course, Norwegian Cruise Lines are known for their innovation within the industry, for giving us so many incredible activities. First one we're going to go to is the Aqua Park, because with this they really have made a splash over the years. Boom boom. So it's a water park at sea. It's a great creation, of course, and the Breakaways really revitalised the idea of cruising water parks, and this is for kids and big kids. It's multi-generational, and it's included within the price of your cruise, so there's no extra cost in using this. It's a sprawling water play area, one of the largest at sea. In fact, it overlooks the ship's main pool deck, and it offers 5 major water slides that rival anything found at a land-based resort. These include twin freefall slides, and this really is for adrenaline junkies, as you drop nearly straight down several stories before spinning into a loop. Kind of like a loop-to-loop, proper 360. Brilliant. It's incredible. There were also 2 pools, 4 hot tubs, and also an association with Nickelodeon, which means you get a SpongeBob themed watery play area with squirting water features designed for your little people.
Now, the top deck is full of fun on Breakaway. There's the Aqua Park, which we just spoken about, but there's also what Norwegian devoted is 3 stories worth of sports complex with a ton of adventure. Now, among the attraction is a suspended in the sky ropes course that has 40 different elements. Now, the big part of this is the plank. It's a platform that extends 8 feet over the edge of the vessel. It's like you've got a bit of the pirate in you, a bit of Jack Sparrow. Would you go out there?
But you know what? I'm not sure, because it's pretty high up, isn't it?
It's going to be high up.
It's good fun.
Yeah. But the sports complex also offers a miniature golf course, basketball court, rock climbing wall, bungee trampoline, and a 24 feet enclosed climbing cage called the Spider Web.
It's my spider. You know my spidey? Yeah. No? So we couldn't talk about a Norwegian cruise line ship without talking about the ice bar.
No.
Because again, they're pretty much the only company that have an ice bar on board, and it's very, very cool. So it's just like an ice bar you might get on land, except it's at sea, and it's located on deck 8. Holds about 25 people. You're given hooded coats and gloves to keep you warm. And that's mainly because the temperature of the room won't rise above 17 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty much like Bognor Regis on a Saturday. And the bar can be reserved nightly for a nominal cover charge that includes 2 signature cocktails. Try it, it's great. So there we go, that was our 4 best cruise ships for daytime activities. Again, we're sure you're going to disagree. We're sure you've probably got your own favourite activities that we've not listed. We didn't even mention bingo. Shock horror. I'm sure there's ships as well that you think maybe should have been covered that have more activities. Do get in contact below on the comment section. Let us know what your thoughts are, and also let us know what you want us to cover in future episodes of Planet Cruise Weekly. And don't forget to share this with your friends and join the discussion. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Keith, this is Dan. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, you dream it, we plan it. Hi everyone, thanks very much for watching the video. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe below, and remember to click the bell to get those notifications turned on. And if you're looking for more fantastic travel content like this, then click on the videos to the right. It will be really, really informative. Or you can click on the Planet logo to the left and go to our website for some really fantastic deals. Thanks for watching.